Here we go. On the road again. Connection seems fine. Again, I'm in Astoria, Oregon, heading south on Highway 101. Apparently, there's a storm right now. It's not supposed to let up for a while, so we just deal with it. I'm gonna have to walk around this ditch. It's gonna be wet in there. But anyone's still here watching, you're gonna get to see some hitchhiking. This hitchhiking stream's actually becoming, we'll actually have hitchhiking in it, which is exciting, I guess. Hopefully you don't get too much splattered rain right on your lens, which you probably already have some, which will make your view not that exciting because it will just be distorted with rain and such. But unfortunately, I just don't have a better solution. Not only is it rainy, but it's really windy. So, like really windy. So down. Hopefully you don't get blown over because it is really windy. We'll see. This will be my spot. That's what I'll see. Setting you down. I think you guys are gonna get blown over. This won't be good. Find out. Am I now? I'm in Astoria, Oregon, heading south. I'm just at the edge of town, trying to catch a ride. It's really wet. I hope you guys can see okay, because yeah, it's blowing and rainy and windy. else after the last guy? No. Mark last night was the last guy. I had a potential ride, but I told him I was filming it and he changed his mind, which I understand. So I lost the ride because of the live streaming, which is fine. And then I just camped out, got some breakfast this morning, and then back on the road now. It was with me, but I'm okay. The storm really started coming in shortly after setup camp, and yeah, such is life. Sometimes I'll wave at people shortly. Yeah, so I'll kind of wave if people do that. I got my camp set up before the rains. There'll be a VOD and you can see my camp setup. I did start while I was still in my tent, so you can kind of see. You got blown over. I hope you're okay. Full-size tripod, but if that got blown over, then you've got 5 feet to fall, and then damage would actually happen. This is only 1.5 feet high. Gotta ride, boys. If he's okay with the camera, that is.
Let me pull over a little further, okay?
Yeah, sure. Before you go through too much trouble, I'm just documenting my hitchhiking, so there's video and audio. Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
I'm going to Seaside.
How far is that?
15 miles.
Oh yeah, anywhere in that direction is is where I'm heading.
Back. Where are you starting from?
I'm from Canada.
Oh yeah?
British Columbia. Really appreciate you grabbing me. I know I'm pretty wet, so that's
being in Oregon.
yeah, I know. I'm from Vancouver Island, so I'm used to the rain.
What are you going to do with your documentation?
It's well, I've been hitchhiking for 4 years, and I wanted to show people what hitchhiking is actually like, because I think it has a negative stigma behind it that isn't necessarily warranted. So it's actually being live streamed, so people can see us right now. Just a few, but perfect. want me to shred my pants or is it okay if it goes?
I got a Springer Spaniel.
Of miles with this bag sitting on my lap.
4 years, huh?
4 years of hitchhiking 25 countries.
Wow.
And I've had a great time doing it. And I kind of want to show people what it's like because it has a negative stigma behind it.
Jack.
Jack?
Huh?
Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Nice to meet you.
Stormy, huh?
A little bit of an adventure, yeah.
Where were you?
Just behind that shopping complex on this side of the road. There's a bunch of forest back there. And
So you're late getting up, huh?
no, there's a cafe there. And, I usually get up at first light, especially if I'm near civilization. I don't want, if people are out and about in the morning. I don't think anyone would do anything to me, but it's, people don't like stumbling upon people camping.
Sure.
So yeah.
You had any issues with safety for yourself?
No, I try to manage the risk a bit. Like, before I get in the car with someone, I try to have a conversation with them. Like, I have turned down a few rides just based off of how they react when you talk to them.
Well, it's illegal in Oregon to hitchhike.
It's illegal?
Yeah.
I did some research beforehand, and I know in some states it was, but I didn't think it was in Oregon.
I think Oregon it's outlawed. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, definitely on the interstate.
Broke the law if it's the case, you know.
Definitely on the interstate, like the I-5 or wherever, that's definitely illegal.
So what's your destination?
I don't have a fixed one. I just decided I'd cross into the U.S. and start heading south, and keep doing this until I run out of money or I don't enjoy it anymore.
I see.
Yeah.
Pretty lonely life, isn't it?
But I meet people like you all day. It's, I travel alone, but I meet people all day. It's a social way of traveling. And on this trip, it's kind of interesting because it's being broadcast on live streams. People can chat as I go, and I can answer questions and stuff as people go. And
so, are you a techie at heart, or what's?
No, I'm not.
What's your source of this?
I just wanted to, I've done a bunch of hitchhiking, and I just wanted to show people. So
what have you found out so far after 4 years?
From hitchhiking?
Is it safe or what's?
I've been picked up 700 times, and I can't say I've met a bad person doing it. Like when I've gotten into a car, I can't say anyone has meant me any harm or anything like that. And I think traveling in general, but especially hitchhiking, like people just are scared of other people these days. It kind of gives you a really good outlook on humanity in general, because you see people at their best. Everyone that picks me up is going out of their way to help a complete stranger. So, it gives me a really good outlook on things. But yeah, I recognize that I'm taking more of a risk than taking a plane, bus, or train. That's definitely the case, but I don't think it's as risky as people make it out to be. I'm still convinced that the most dangerous part of hitchhiking is driving itself. Driving is just a dangerous thing by default.
So how old are you?
23. Started at 19. Done 25 countries, across Canada 4 times. This is my first time on the west coast of the U.S. I did, just the northeast quarter. But yeah, what I quite like about hitchhiking is getting to know the people themselves. So like, where are you from?
Sacramento.
Sorry?
Sacramento, California.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
And where are you living now?
Seaside, Oregon.
Seaside, Oregon. And what do you do?
I'm retired.
Retired?
I was a hospital administrator.
Hospital administrator.
Today I help people with Medicare understand their health insurance for seniors.
That's important part. Helping people figure out.
So are you self-sufficient, or how do you fund this whole thing?
The past 4 years, I've been either working at home, and then I'll quit my job, go on a trip until the funds get a little
So this is not a continual 4 year.
No, it's just been, for the past 4 years, I've either been on a trip or saving up for a trip. The thing is, I don't have to work for that long to have enough money to go go on this because hitchhiking's free, accommodation's free in a tent, so it's just food and entertainment pretty much that I have to pay for. So if you like traveling and you don't mind missing out on some luxuries and the finer things in life, what brought you to Seaside?
Well, we were living in Portland, and we bought a manufactured home over here, a second home, and ended up selling primary residence just because he liked living over here, and so we've been living here for almost 5 years.
Okay. Someone in chat told me to tell you that you're a lovely man and they respect you. So this is someone on the internet that's just chatting.
I see.
And they just think you're a good person. So just
that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear for a change. You know?
And this is kind of weird for me, but kind of cool as well because people get to see this as it happens and kind of talk. And I understand some people aren't really comfortable with having their face or image broadcast in audio. And I have had one person that pulled over and I told them I'm broadcasting and they're like, actually on the other hand, I'm not that comfortable with that, which makes 100% sense. I get that.
Sure.
But it is kind of a unique interaction that anyone around the world.
Why would they be watching it?
It's broadcast on a website, and if they're interested in watching it, if you just stumble upon the stream, then they'll start watching it. People will follow, so they'll be reminded when I come back online, and you kind of build up a viewer base that way.
Interesting.
It's becoming more and more of a popular thing. It started mostly being like people would stream themselves playing video games and stuff, but recently with better cellular networks and stuff, you can kind of go outside of your house and be live anywhere, which I think is interesting with hitching because you get to see what it's like as it happens. When I meet someone, they're seeing me meet someone as it happens, like kind of raw, unedited. There's it's an interesting platform. And one person here is from Sacramento too.
Oh. I'm going down there to watch my granddaughter run track meets in the end of May. So
you'll be down there in the end of May.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe you guys will see each other. People in chat are saying seeing people go out and do stuff outside and meet people is more interesting than watch someone sit in their house and play on their computer. So,
well, have you motivated anybody else to kind of take up the journey?
This is only day 4. I don't think I've done it long enough where I've like inspired a group of people.
On this trip is only day 4.
For day 4 of ever live streaming at all. So there's been some kinks with network issues and dealing with the rain and wet and stuff like that, and electronics, so they don't mesh very well.
Oh, sure.
But the stream, and I have offered anyone in the contiguous U.S. if they wanted to try hitchhiking, I will meet them anywhere in the U.S. and take them on just like a.
So you'd be a mentor for somebody.
Just a day trip, just to see what it's like. Even if they don't enjoy it, just to knock that off their
Wouldn't it be more
something.
difficult with 2 people to...
It is. 100%
I know I would be probably not inclined to pick up 2 people.
Yeah, both. One guy sitting beside you, the other sitting like behind you, and that's an intimidating. So 2 guys is tough. 1 guy, 1 girl is very quick. I think people see you as a couple. So
and a dog, taking a dog with you is not going to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna lose vast majority of rides, and I think, but you'll occasionally get a ride just because someone like
Seaside,
north of Seaside.
Yeah, it's a fun recreational place. It's got
just because it's on the coast and.
Yeah, but there's ended up their journey, and they created
knowledge of places as I go, because if I just drove through here myself, I'd be like, oh, it's a nice little town.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know anything about it.
So what's this? We're going to hit center of town. What's a good spot for you to?
Like I'll be continuing
next?
down the 101, so I have to get to the end, like the south end of town.
All right. So how about I take you to south? Being retired, I have a little extra time today.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do a lot of walking with hitchhiking, but yeah, it's always nice to kind of get myself from one hitchhiking spot to the next.
Well, what's going to happen is we're going to hitch for you to be on 101, which we're on now.
Yep.
It comes together with Highway 26 coming out of Portland.
Okay.
So you're going to have a lot of activity in the south part of town.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out the best for it. Do you have a goal as to how far you'd like to get going south today, or?
No, I'm in no rush at all. This is a trip at my own leisure. I'm just limited to, because this is all very battery intensive. I can only go until I run out of these mobile batteries, which I'm almost out of. So after today, I have to do a full overcharge re-night.
So where do you need to be in order to charge that?
I'll either have to like get an offer, kind of like a couch surfing kind of thing, or
What?
have you heard of like couch surfing, where someone like invite travelers over to
Well,
either
there's a
that.
youth hostel over here.
What was that? So I could do something like that, or yeah, get a hostel or a motel would be the paid version. And I have to make that decision. Usually I don't pay for much accommodation as part of the hitchhiking thing, but because I have viewers now and I kind of want to provide this content to them, I feel like I should try and keep my batteries charged. So yeah, maybe tonight I'll try and get a hostel or I still have a lot of daylight left, so I won't be stopping yet. But yeah, I'll try to do a full recharge so I can go about 3 days without having to plug into the wall. Sorry that the camera's a bit foggy. It's just with the moisture, it gets humid inside of there, and then that's what the fog is. It's just the moisture buildup, which probably isn't good for my phone, but that's okay. Do you have any kids? Oh, sorry, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 5 kids.
5?
All on a blended marriage. They're
Okay, yeah.
33 to 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know all about
So I
that.
could let you off in the center of town, or I could leave you off at the end of town.
I think I'm just going to keep going, so end of town would be easier for hitchhiking.
Got it.
Yeah, I've a big blended family too. I'm one of 6 siblings, including step-siblings.
So what do your parents think about all this?
My mom hated it at the start.
She what?
My mom hated it at the start, as moms would.
Sure.
But I've done it enough now, and I've had enough good things to say about it that maybe she doesn't like it, but she can appreciate it. And my dad is just whatever. Have at her. Have fun. And then friends and family and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what they think of it.
So you're obviously a real bright guy. Have you got any schooling under your belt yet, or?
Yeah, I did. I graduated from high school, then I went right into college. I did 2 years of my Bachelor of Business Administration. I'm an accounting major, which is a big 180 from hitchhiking around.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Bit of a contrast there.
Very left brain.
Yeah. So that is how my brain kind of works. I'm analytical and I'm good with numbers. So this is a bit outside my usual comfort zone, and hitchhiking in general.
You can understand finance. It's a good place to be.
And that's probably why I can travel so much, is I can at least understand finances enough that I can
manage your money.
Manage my money. I don't spend unnecessary money, although I have splurged. I went out for breakfast this morning. So that was my reward for camping out in a storm.
What, do you hit any of the food pantries where you're en route?
I try not to. In my opinion, I saved up money for this trip, and and
so you can pay your own way.
so I can pay my own way, and that food would be better served by people that truly need it.
Good.
And same with you get people that will pick you up and try to offer you money. I really insist that I have saved that money for this trip. I'm not interested in the money. I'm just interested in a ride and meeting you.
Fair deal.
I've stayed in a few homeless shelters before, in places where the camping out situation wasn't the best, and with a variety of kind of atmospheres inside of them. They can be interesting places. Because as much as I kind of live like a homeless person when I'm traveling, I'm doing it voluntarily and because I enjoy doing this. Some other people there might be because they have to be there.
So you're not inclined to take somebody else's bed?
Yeah, I don't want to take someone else's bed, and yeah, I don't fit in with the crowd that well. Because I do have the gear, albeit it's soaking wet now.
So you're doing 101 all the way down? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, down to California. I prefer to stick to like state highways, smaller highways, rather than interstate. One, it's illegal actually on the interstate. If you're at the top of the on-ramp, it's kind of gray area. But once you're actually on the real interstate, pedestrians are banned, bicyclists are banned, everything's banned, including hitchhiking. And I prefer hopping town to town, shorter rides. For the interstates, you can get really long. You can go very far, very quick.
Yeah.
In singular
Probably get
rides.
tired of talking to the same guy.
The funnest days for me are the days where you're in and out of cars all day, meeting new people. Like the most I've had in one day is 12 rides in a day, and you're just like in and out all day.
So what's the most interesting person that you've run into?
Oh, it'd be tough to pick just one, because people are interesting for different reasons. You could call someone interesting because like they're just outright crazy, insane, in like a non-threatening way, just like a wild kind of way. Like my first day, the last ride I got, the first thing we did, it was like after we kind of built up a repertoire, like we knew each other, he took me to this swimming hole called the Devil's Punch Bowl, and he dived off this 53-foot cliff ledge on top of a tree, head first, and then after that we like went back to their place, hung out for a bit. Then I told them I'd never shot a gun in my life, never even held a gun. So they got out some pistols and rifles, and we went up to some bluffs and shot some guns, which was a unique experience for me. And then they let me stay at their place. So that was an interesting first experience into America from a Canadian.
A little recreation, a lot of traveling, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be hard for me to pick just one. There's just lots of noteworthy little stories as I go along. It's the same thing where people ask me, like, what's the favorite country you've been to? There's no way I can pick one. I've narrowed down to my top 3-ish. I say it's like Ireland, Croatia. In Europe, it's great because everyone's second or third language seems to be English. Except for the older generations and stuff like that. And I tried to learn enough to be at least try to make an effort, but I'm not the best with learning languages. I started to run into issues with languages when I got to Russia, and I hitchhiked across Russia. And I say, yeah, Russia is my least favorite country. I hitchhiked across not because of Russians or Russia, the country itself, but because I showed up to a country where they don't speak English, and I couldn't talk to anyone for 10,000 kilometers.
Not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
This is the intersection of 26 and 101.
Okay.
I can put you off in on this side of it or on the other side.
Yeah, I'll be staying on the 101. So yeah, I hitchhike after that, the right turn onto the Portland Junction.
Okay, then there's Cannon Beach after that. Not having your experience.
I understand.
Vex access.
Yeah, there's a strategy to spots with hitchhiking. You kind of look for a long line of sight, a wide shoulder where someone can safely pull over, and slowish traffic.
All right. So I'll take you on the other side because they'll come together.
Perfect. And I really appreciate you going out of your way to get me into a decent spot.
Well, it's entertaining to talk to you.
Because yeah, with this junction here, if I was hitchhiking from town, I'm guessing a lot of people would be going this way, so it kind of splits your traffic. So after this junction helps me.
Well, the ones that are continuing on both ways are gonna meet you on the other side of this.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh, yeah,
junction.
you see that. Yeah. Awesome.
Probably more desirable would be where you have a long stretch so people can pull over.
Yeah, so yeah, you look for longish line of sight, a safe shoulder where they can pull off the road.
Alright.
And ideally slowish traffic, but you can't always find that when you're on a highway. The first two are the most important.
Let's see.
Space where they can see you, and a safe amount of space to pull over. How far between town? Just curious because that has relevance to you.
From this 101 going south,
Nice.
so you get some pretty good.
What I see.
Okay, so we're.
So this remains the 101, and
This is 101.
And then I'll just be coming back on the on ramp.
I gotta turn around
Yep.
here for you. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that should work for me. I didn't get a good look at the shoulder angle, but it should work.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and then take you up to the.
Yep. Sounds good. This looks like a nice little town here.
Oh, it's a cute community.
Yeah. Anywhere it's safe to pull over.
Alright, so let's do this.
Perfect. Well, I really appreciate
All right, good
you
luck to
picking
you.
me up and taking me way out of
You
your
bet.
way.
Okay, take care of yourself.
And your name? Sorry, one more time.
Jack.
Jack.
Alright, Trevor. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Got a break in the rain.
Yeah, it's let up for a little bit. We'll see how that one lasts. I've noticed the whole time I've been in the States, it's been rain clear, rain clear, rain clear. No
Right.
consistency.
That time of year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I know it. Okay, let's try to get out of here. The bag's a bit bulky. All right, got everything? Yeah, take care. Have a good one. See ya.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, hopefully the camera's better now. Back on the road. first ride of the day. Great success. Anyone still here? I'm gonna use my sign this time. Read that. It says 101 south on this junction here. Sorry, I just can't use the rear camera because with this case on it, can't see anything. Quite like it here. These are some healthy forests. One second. I like it. And the rain let up for a little bit. How did I go about that? Hitchhiking Ireland? Yeah, the roads are very narrow. And shoulders aren't the best. But on those narrow roads, it's just, a lot of them aren't that well traveled, or like there'll be like a turn off the road to like go down a different road, and you kind of stand in the bushes right before that and hope they kind of like weasel their way into there. But yeah, it can be a little iffy on some of those really narrow roads. You just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But especially when you're going from town to town, like I didn't have to wait for very many cars to drive past before someone would pick me up. I was talking to another person from Ireland yesterday in chat, and he said he's never seen a hitchhiker. He's from there, so I think with that, they're curious what this hitchhiker's doing there. And you're in like a rural area where they don't see that many people from outside, so didn't seem to have a problem picking me up. And the rain's kind of starting again. Not sure where the best spot would be to post up. Gotta scout it out. So yeah, he dropped me off on an exit. I walked back out on the on-ramp. I'm seeing there's a good spot on the highway itself, because that's where you have all your long distance traffic. Where if I waited just on the on-ramp, you'd only get local traffic leaving that small town. So yeah, I'm just trying to scout out. Looks like there might be a good spot up there. I can't tell quite yet though. Like I was telling a guy I was riding with, I look for three things in a hitchhiking spot. One is a long line of sight, so they can see me from a far ways away before they have to pull over, so they have time to make that decision. Two is a wide enough shoulder, or just a spot where they can safely pull over. Because people will not pull over if they cannot safely do so. And then three is ideally slower traffic, so they don't have to stop from going, 120 kilometers an hour or 70 miles an hour. It's a lot easier to stop going city speeds than it is highway speeds. So that's what I look for. Chat. Oh, good morning. Rashid? Again, my pronunciation is lacking, I guess. people like looking and smiling out the window, like. Where did I sleep at night? I slept at the just on the outskirts of Astoria, Oregon, in some bushes in my tent, and it was very stormy all night. So everything's very wet. My tent's wet. My sleeping pad's wet. Luckily, my sleeping bag isn't quite wet yet. It's a little damp, but it's okay. I gotta do another night like that, and I think by the end of that, my sleeping bag will have reached the wet part of the. I don't like that shoulder that much up there, but unfortunately, that's right after a corner. I don't know if you can see that. So they come around a corner going highway speed, and if I'm just at the top of that on-ramp, there's nowhere safe to pull over. So. Or, no, they just don't have enough reaction time to make the decision to pull over. So that's, like I said, first thing I look for is long line of sight. Right after a corner is a definition of a short line of sight. So, let's see if there's a straight stretch up here. Problem is the shoulder doesn't look that great. So I'll have to make the judgment call. That's all it is. A lot of the time, you will not find a perfect hitchhiking spot. You just have to do the best with the road you're given. It's a nice little river down there. Yeah. I don't ask for perfection, just enough to work with. This is a very long straight stretch. The problem is just the shoulder kind of sucks. There's a bit of a pull off up here. I'll probably. Yeah, the problem is, I'll show you. The back of my waterproof case, let's see, is this color. It turns everything this funky magenta color. So I guess I can turn the whole unit around. I just can't see what I'm pointing at because I'm looking at the back of my phone. So I could do that. Let's show you like that. So that's where I'm heading. This is a long straight stretch. Yeah, I know, right? It's got some like kind of like 80s color, like I forget what kind of movie. I'm thinking of like some 80s movie with a bunch of like that kind of color. Vaporwave kind of aesthetics. Yeah. Or The Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. When it's in its like hunting mode or whatever. So I try to not use the rear camera when I've got it in its waterproof case because yeah. Not the best. Hey Limsold, thanks for following the channel. Hope you're enjoying the content so far. There'll be plenty of hitchhiking to come. I don't have a shoulder mount. I can hold the camera just like facing that way. I just can't see what you're seeing or see chat at the same time. So it's kind of I agree. It'd be a more interesting view for you to be looking forward at what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to see when I'm scouting out a hitchhiking spot. But I just don't know how to really do that well, given my current situation. I've got this really awkward hold going on right now, where in one hand I've got my sign showing 101 South, my selfie stick in the hand, and thumbing with my other hand, and there's a huge water droplet directly on the screen, which is great. And everything I have is is squishy waterproof material, so it doesn't wipe off well. Hey, that actually helped. It's not the best location. Like, it's really not. I just stood up and decided how far down this straight road I want to walk, because the shoulder doesn't look any better up there. Looks just as narrow up there as it does here, like way down there. I guess I could pull up a map on my phone and just see what is up there, whether I want to walk a kilometer or not, and see if there's a better spot. What do you guys think? Should I just stay here for give it 20 minutes or something like that, see if I get a ride? If not, then give her start walking again, or should I just start walking right now? Try and show off my spot a little bit better. So right now, you got a shoulder that's about, what, 4 feet? Hard shoulder about 4 feet wide here. Soft shoulder that's again about 4 or 5 feet wide. Before going into some bushes over here. It's enough room to get off the lane. It's just a question of they're going highway speeds coming up from here. And it's an okay line of sight. And I'm pretty bright. Let's go walk? Yeah. I haven't walked very much today. So yeah, we can go for a walk. But yeah, this is my current spot. So just showing it. It was a decent line of sight. Cars come from a decent ways that way. It's an okay shoulder. I've had much better ones. But whatever, let's just keep walking. Maybe I'll try and get you guys to show where I'm walking, rather than just looking at my face for a bit. But the shoulder really narrows up, so we'll see. Let's get some kilometers in. It's good for me anyway. Maybe I'm a little out of shape from not traveling for a while. I'll try and hold you up this way so you can see cars coming. But yeah, I'm walking on the hard shoulder right now, and as I hear a car coming, I'll walk onto the soft shoulder, so I'm not like right next to traffic. All risk management and all that. I guess my title's out of date, I should change that. I'm no longer in Astoria, but I don't know where I am. So yeah, I'm not sure if you were here, Abdullah Rashid, yesterday when I was describing the two different types of methodologies hitchhikers subscribe to. There's the walking and turning around and hitchhiking one, where you feel like you're getting somewhere because you're actually walking. And then there's the finding a decent or good location and posting up there till you get a ride. I usually do the finding a decent spot and waiting for a ride, but it's nice to add a little variety, and it's good to get a little bit of exercise in, because yeah, switch things up. Variety is the spice of life and all that jazz. Pretty slow traffic, or like as in there's not that much traffic. There's a chest turn there. Flags when, yeah, between towns a lot of time I'll have spotty signal. And I totally get it's not enjoyable to watch a laggy stream. So I don't blame anyone if I start to lose consistent connection to go elsewhere. I'm going to work on trying to make it more consistent. It's just I'm not in cities all the time, so the networks in rural areas can be spotty. Online chess for an hour. A little champion trade. Interesting. Yep. I never watched that much chess, but for a while ago, I don't know why, but I started watching like chess tutorial videos on like different strategies. I found it extremely relaxing, which I think I explained to some people before. Is part of the reason why I watch Twitch streams. Is I found watching people play video games extremely relaxing at the end of the day. Even though I don't play them. Or at least I don't anymore. I used to play video games. I find watching someone proficient at these games, like who's a lot of skill and all that, to be quite entertaining and a great way to wind down before I head to sleep that night. Yeah, the shoulder here sucks. Before it was kind of just meh, but now it sucks. And this prickle's poking me. See if I can find something better, but prickle. Funny that I'm getting better connection here than I did in a cafe in Astoria. I think it's great that I have a few people that just keep coming back to the stream, which I love. It means you watched before, enjoyed the content enough that you decided to come back. That truck there, it has something excavating company on the side of it, so I'm guessing they're doing some clear cutting or something like that, or development in the forest over on that side. And an employee for that business doing some excavating. Yeah, that truck there. It says something excavating. Now I'm getting hot with the walking, with the weight on my back. And I don't know if people watching right now have heard, but the easiest way to stop yourself from smelling is to stop yourself from sweating. Because your sweat is what breeds that bacteria that's going to make you stink. So try to avoid sweating if you're going to go multiple days without a shower. Looks like there might be a better spot coming up here. So did probably by the end of this thing, call it a kilometer walk, and then stop for a while there. If no one comes, then we can start walking again. But still got a few hundred meters before I'd be in a spot where I can stop. Oh, it's mud. That's muddy. I'm gonna wait. I don't know if it's quite hood rain amounts right now. It's kind of a drizzle. Let's see if I can find a better spot up here. It's an angle. That's forest. That's a nice forest. think there's an exit up here, then an on-ramp. And I think if I stand at the on-ramp, it doesn't look that many people use it, so people should feel safe stopping there. And maybe they do, I don't know. I'm like 15, maybe 20 miles south of Astoria, to show you what hitchhiking's like. Good spot. Because I was just going to wait there. But I totally get that doing something. Oh no! Lagging. Hopefully that clears itself up. Yeah, I'm getting a few things that signal decrease to a certain extent. Just gonna get to a spot and then we'll adjust it. Keeps dropping a little bit. Let's try and get somewhere. One sec. So up here, this is an on-ramp to the 101 south. And then up there, the shoulder widens up enough that someone can safely pull over. So that's where I'm going right now. Set my bag down for a bit and air myself out. Yeah, I'm sorry when we encounter lag. I plan on working out the logistics of getting a more stable connection. I just don't have the knowledge personally to do that much. Hopefully it's manageable. I see it keeps dropping down a little bit. I'm almost at my spot, and then we can see if there's anything I can do about this. Or I can restart the stream with a lower bit rate and a lower resolution. Try and avoid that. I'll just post up here. Just wait for a while. that. Just give me a nice clean stream, guys. So dirty. I leaned it up on a metal barrier on the side of the highway, and it was just covered in this like green, like mossy sludge. And now my bag's covered in it. Are you gonna stay standing up? I doubt it. Let's look at the stream for a second. Like watching, like talking with you, just chilling here at nighttime. Yeah, appreciate it. I like you hanging out in chat. Makes my hitchhiking a lot more exciting when I've got a bit of an audience and some people to talk to. If it stays like this, I'm very happy with the weather right now. It's just the lightest bit drizzly, with just a bit of a wind. Compared to last night, this is premium weather. And hopefully, we get a bit more stability. It hasn't seemed to drop as much since I've stopped here, but we'll see. In due time. I feel like maybe I should try and give my my jetpack a restart and refresh the stream with a bit lower bit rate. It keeps giving me a little connection. Are you still noticing it lagging up down the street? Yeah, if it is, I'm gonna reset my jetpack, reset my stream at a lower bit rate, and hopefully that helps. So stream will go offline for a couple minutes. I'm going to end stream, restart this. I won't be hitchhiking during that time, so hopefully you don't miss anything too interesting. I just want to get a better or more consistent viewing experience for you, so I'll be back in like 1 minute. So if you want to keep seeing me hitchhiking, just stick around. Just dealing with technical issues, which has been a common thing on this trip, so I'll be right back in 1 to 2 minutes.